Welcome to the Box Score Sports Podcast.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Box Score Sports YouTube channel. I'm your host, Ryan. On this clip, we are going to continue our NBA season preview. We're going to talk about the Toronto Raptors. Before me and Clint give you our thoughts, let us know down in the comment section down below what your predictions are for the Raptors this coming season. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Clint, let's get into the Toronto Raptors. Last year, they finished 30-52. They kept Jakob Poeltl, and they drafted Colin Murray Boyles, and they lost Chris Bouchard.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, and that was probably the big moves there for them. So let's go ahead and talk about their strength. What is the Raptors' biggest strength in your mind going into this season?
I think they have a lot of competent NBA players.
Yes.
Yeah, this is one of those bad teams that they had some bad injury luck last year. But when you look at their roster, there's no one that you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that's who they have to start.
Yeah.
So I think their strength is they have a competent 6'7" guys. Maybe that was purposeful. Maybe it's not. I'm supposed to do the hand thing when I say that, right? 6'7".
Yeah, 6'7", right. Yeah.
But their initial roster is competent NBA players. We can debate how they fit together, but I think that's a strength of theirs is you can put these guys out there and be like, that dude deserves to be here, and we're going to get some good minutes out of him.
Yeah, that's the thing. I also like the theoretical length of Ingram, Barnes, and Barrett on the perimeter. I do like the length of that. So those three together, tall, long players, can be trouble. Barnes is a defense, Ingram's offense, but just could provide some mismatches for them against some opponents. So I think that's also a strength of theirs going into the season.
For sure. They got some switchability defensively
Right.
that could give you some problems.
Yeah, correct. Weakness. What is your biggest weakness or their biggest weakness in your mind?
I mean, I think looking at the starters, the shooting, Quickly can shoot, but again, he only played 33 games last year. Barrett, he is like 34, 35% last year, which is okay, but nothing that scary. Ingram,
He doesn't shoot.
He shoots a decent percentage, but like you said, he's not known to get them up. Barnes was 27% last year, and Poeltl's not going to shoot three. So you have these guys that are good defensively. I think they're going to be a problem, but I just worry that with that lineup, you don't have a lot of room on the floor for these guys to kind of do some of the things they may be best at.
Yeah, I agree with that. And I would also say I know Barnes is still progressing, so but as of right now, they're all kind of like threes. Like if you think about how you want to build a team, you want like a 1, 2, and 3. They might all be like two, maybe low end 2, high end 3s, like that you would want on your roster. Like if my third guy is Brandon Ingram, I'm actually cool with that, right? If my third guy is RJ Barrett, that's awesome. My third guy is actually Scotty Barnes at this point in his career, I'm good with that. But so it's kind of like none of them are like the guy, but they like Ingram feels like he's the guy. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I guess that's the way I feel. I don't know if I'm right about that, but I just feel like they're a bunch of threes. And so because of that, I just don't know if any of them are special enough to carry this team to anything beyond maybe fighting for a play-in.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Guys that you don't mind, but together.
Yes, that's it. Right.
You just don't have the top end. You're like,
yeah.
Who on this team, you're like 10 seconds left, who you just giving the ball with and be like, he's got it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. I mean, some would say Ingram, but again, I'm just not Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's go to our big question. What's your biggest question going into this season for the Raptors?
So are they going to stick with this? You know, they switched out their front office. Like, are they committed to this team? They paid quickly. He's been hurt. Barrett, again, they paid him. They traded for him. You know, he kind of is what he is. Yeah, obviously they just committed to Brandon Ingram and Scotty Barnes. Like, are they going to keep with this formula of just like being hopeful and maybe good, or are they just going to go through this and maybe start hitting the reset button because it hasn't gone well after their championship and they haven't, you know, kind of been competitive. So you just look at guys like RJ Barrett. Are they long for RJ Barrett, or is he someone that a semi-contending or a contending team could be like, he kind of fits in with what we need? Scotty Barnes, they've obviously committed to, but you know, do they try to turn it over to him more?
Yeah, yeah, and that sort of goes into my question about Scotty Barnes. Like, who is he? What are you doing with him? Is he going to be really your primary ball handler? Is that who you want to initiate the offense? Do you want him playing off ball? I was curious. He shoots. I looked it up. It's like 27% catch and shoot threes. It's like that's not great. He also shoots 27% from three as a whole. So like he's not a good shoot. He had a good year last year. The year before last year where he shot 34%. That's solid. But then he regressed again. So it's just like, is it because of the workload? You know, like who is Scotty Barnes and where are you going to put him in your franchise? Even if you want to move forward with him, are you going to force him to be the number one when maybe he's just a two or three? You know, like what we talked about before. I think that's to me the biggest question because he had a good rookie year. I think he won Rookie of the Year that year, and then 2 years ago had a solid shooting year, but last year he regressed a lot. So I don't know. I think that's a big question in my mind. Like, what are we getting? What are we doing with Scotty Barnes?
For sure. And you paid him, you maxed him out.
Yeah,
Um, it just, you're right. You know, like you're someone of his ability, like he shot 44% from the field. Like if you can't shoot for three, you got to do better than 44% inside, right? You know, like if you think of someone, you know, like Shingun or even Jan, like guys like you're like they're not going to shoot. Well, they shoot 55, 60% from two because, you know, that's their strength. So Barnes, you're right. You know, I was critical of paying him that much just because you have a good player, but I don't think he's a one. I mean, he's awesome defensively for the most part, but if you can't shoot and you don't have a lot of spacing on the team, and you know what, 5.8 assists to 2.8 turnovers, like, all right, you know, like it's just there's a
yeah.
making of a really good player there, and I don't know if you're going to be able to get that out when you have guys around that really don't shoot. Two of them, you know, right now.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. I agree. Okay. What would be a successful season in your mind for the Raptors?
I think for the Raptors, it's being the top six playoff
Okay.
team for them. I think when you pay these guys that much money and you pay Ingram and you made that trade and you paid an extended Pirtle, like you can't pay that much money to a team and be like, hey, we got the 10 seed and consider it a successful season. So I think they're kind of all in with this group. And I think for them, success is we want to be that at least that 6 seed.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a good one. I would say moving off of Barrett or Ingram would be a success too, because again, with the way the salary cap works, it's so hard to do trades now, right? But you might be able to move off of one of them, and then you have those two young guys in Grady Dick and Collins Murray Boyles, and I wonder if like one of them can pop on top of that. So like if you move on from one of those guys, I know they just extended Ingram, like you said, so it seems like they want to build with him. I don't know how the pairing between Ingram and Barnes work. I'm really confused about that. And so like I don't know. Maybe I'll just go with maybe one of those two young guys popping would be real nice too because that'll give you another reliable player, you know. But I think you're right. They got to get to the playoffs.
Yeah, and I think you know Murray Boyles was kind of like a flashy name. I think you know maybe there's something there. he's another one of those guys with the roster. You got to kind of fit him in, and you feel bad of towing the line. Like, do they try to, push it to win?
Yep.
Or do they let him or Grady Dick and some of these other guys kind of explore the studio?
Yeah, agreed. Okay, let's go to prediction. What is your prediction for the Raptors?
I do have them as a play-in team.
Okay, me too. And then are we going to pick them to win in the first round like we did that 1 year? I guess.
Raptors fans, if you are bored, and I know, we kind of
ripped
are
on your
harsh
team
with the Raptors the last couple of years, but hey, just go back. There's the podcast where we picked you guys to beat the Sixers. We were both all in. We thought that was the perfect team to beat the Sixers with the switchability and everything, and it was close, but it kind of blew up in our face, and it's been downhill after that.
Yeah, it was Siakam, Anunoby, and was it Barnes at the time?
They still had Barnes. Yeah, I think that was his rookie year.
Yeah, and see, like, those three made more sense than these three do. Like, so anyway. Yeah, I got him as a play-in as well. Okay, anything else on the Raptors?
No.
Okay. Thanks so much, everybody, for listening. Again, let us know in the comments down below what are some of your predictions for the Raptors this season. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we will talk to you guys real soon. Thanks so much for watching this clip of the Box Score Sports podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to our channel. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter or X. And we'll talk to you guys real soon. See ya.